Hey everyone, welcome back. In this particular video, we are going to see how we can use VirtualBox and install Ubuntu on it to use as a local lab environment. Okay, so without wasting time, let's get started. So first thing you need to do is you need to download the VirtualBox obviously. So you can just type Vbox on the Google and that should give you the VirtualBox link right here. So according to your OS, you can download any VirtualBox version. So for me, I'm using Windows, so I can download the Windows. For Linux, they can download Linux, and for Mac user, check which chip you have. If you have the M2, M1 chip, then you can go with the Apple Silicon host. And if you have the Intel chip like Mac i5 or something, then you can go with the Intel host. Okay. So once you download this, you need to download one more thing, which is extension pack. So let me click here and let me save this VirtualBox extension pack too. Okay. And for the VirtualBox, I have already downloaded this Windows version. So I'm not going to download one more time. Great. So once you complete the download, just minimize everything. Go to the downloads folder and install it. I'm pretty much sure that if you're watching this particular video, you already know how to install the softwares, right? You just double click on it and it will pop up window like this. You say yes and you go whatever the installation process is there, you just complete the whole process, right? So once you install that, then next thing you need to do is you need to install the extension pack that you have downloaded. Okay, so you need to open the VirtualBox. So for me, I have opened the VirtualBox right here. If you don't have the VirtualBox open, then you can just type Vbox right here. Okay, sorry, Vbox. Okay, or just a box, and that will also do the thing. Okay, it's not doing. I think you need to type virtual. Okay, so now the Oracle VirtualBox is there. You can open something like this, and then again you need to go to the download, and we had downloaded one extension pack. Double click on that extension pack and it will pop up for the installation. Click on the install, scroll to the agreement and click on agree and install that particular extension pack. Okay, so let me do it one more time because I accidentally click on the disagree. So here we go. Now the VirtualBox installation, the pack has been installed. Okay, now, so this is our brand new VirtualBox. This is how it looks. Now, next thing we need to do is we need to create the Ubuntu OS on it, or you can say we need to install the Ubuntu OS on it. Okay, so for that you need the Ubuntu OS itself. So you can just type Ubuntu desktop, okay, and desktop, right? Desktop, okay, and it will give you link like this. Click on the very first link. Currently, the updated version of the Ubuntu is 24.04.2 LTS. LTS is a latest stable version or latest stable release, also people say. So you can click on here and you can download it. For me, I have already downloaded, so I'll just continue on. Okay, great. Now in the VirtualBox, what you need to do is you need to click on the new, and here you need to type the OS name. So I'll say Ubuntu test, right? So where as soon as I type the Ubuntu, it will detect that name is Ubuntu and it will auto select this type of the OS, which is Linux, and which one is Ubuntu 64-bit. Everything will be automatically selected. But in your case, if you mention something different right here, so let's say Mac, then can you see the Mac is already selected. So let's say if you mention my test, okay. So here right now there is no specific OS name specified. So you can just go here, select manually Linux, automatically Ubuntu will be selected. But in case you have Debian, you can go with the Debian also, or Fedora, then go with the Fedora also. Okay, great. Now next thing we need to do is you need to go to the this next option where you do not have to anything. In the hardware section, you can say I want to give this much RAM to the VirtualBox and this much process to the VirtualBox or processors to VirtualBox. The more is better, but I will not suggest to provide the more resources in case you have the less. So in my case, I have 12 CPUs. That's why I'm providing 5. In my case, I have 64 GB RAM. So that's why I'm providing 11 GB RAM. But in your case, if you have 8 GB RAM, then only provide 2 GB RAM. Okay. Because if you provide too much resources to the VirtualBox, then it will choke your host OS. Okay. Then next is a disk. So by default, it says 25 GB or 20 GB, depending on the your situation. Okay. But yeah, in some cases, it will be more too. So in our case, we need to do at least 60 GB. Why? Because when we do the 60 GB, then at least we will have enough space to play around. Okay, that's why. And next thing we need to do, finish. Now, once you finish, then again you need to go to the settings, and in the setting you need to go to the network setting. So as I said, we are setting this as a local lab environment. Okay, so that's why I cannot use the NAT. What is the NAT? That means whatever my IP address of the router is, okay, that IP address range, it will create a separate network inside my host, this computer, and it will basically use that particular network for communication of the VirtualBox. But what I really want is I want to bridge that network to the router network, so that if my system is getting, let's say, 192.168.0.3, then this system we should get 0 dot, let's say, 4 or something. So everyone should be on the same networks. So this way, if I perform the network scan, then at least I will get the results what I'm looking for. Okay, so that's why I'm going to use the bridge adapter right here, and I'm going to say okay. Okay, great. Next thing we need to do is next thing we need to do is we need to make sure that we create common folder between our host OS and our virtual OS, so that if I want to copy paste the files, or if I want to share some resources, that will be much easier. For that, what you need to do is you need to go to the shared folder session, and here we need to add one folder. So here I will say, let's say test. You can just say test. Okay, test folder name. And in the place of the mount, sorry, it's a folder path, right? So in the place of the folder path, you need to click on the drop down. Then you need to say other, and here you need to create the folder path. So as of now, I don't have any folder right here. So what I will do, I'll just create one folder inside, let's say, videos. Okay, so inside the videos, I will just go here and click on the new folder. I will say test shared. Okay, that will be my shared folder. So let me select that folder. Once I select, the folder name is test shared, and where should I mount the point? So if I don't mention anything here, it will just mount to the default position, but I will just mention some kind of path here. Okay, so let's say some folder name. Then I will say auto mount, and I will okay. Okay, now everything is great. And one more thing I think you should do is you need to enable some devices. Which devices? First of all, you need to go to the audio devices here. By default, there is a no input. So you need to enable this input in case you require. Then you should go to the display. In display, I'm not sure how much memory for display you have, but I always prefer to allow some more display memory, so that at least there will be not lag between the frames when I do some operations on the virtual OS. Okay, so far looks everything good. By the way, if you want to attach something which has a USB in it, like pen drive or something, then you can use this particular option. Okay, you can just click on add. It will show the list of the devices which are already connected like this, and you can just select and use it. Okay, great. Let me just say okay, and yes, we are ready to go. Let me click on this start. So as soon as I click on the start, it will show me one pop-up, and in that pop-up, the host, whatever the guest OS is, that will be launched. Now, as soon as I launch, it is saying VirtualBox VM, and it is saying DVD image is not there. So I need to select that DVD image. So let me click on the drop down, click on the other, and go to the downloads. And this is the Ubuntu OS that I have downloaded, and that's I'm going to select. Okay, so mount and reload the window, and now it should say something like this. So let me hit enter. Let me make this bigger. By the way, even if I make this bigger, the window will be small initially, because we haven't changed the settings yet. Once we complete the installation, then we will change the modes of the OS and all, settings of the OS and all, and then we will have complete full screen. Okay. Until then, we will just use this particular small window for installation process. Okay, great. So let's give us some time. So very first time it might take a little bit time. I have good resources, that's why I am booting in less than a minute. But in your case, it might take a little bit time. Okay. Now, as soon as I go into the OS, can you see it is giving me installation wizard directly? Okay, so that's what I'm going to use. I don't have to open the installation wizard separately. But in case if that particular pop-up is not there in your case, then what you can do is you can just see here. Can you see the install release is there, and here is also one small shortcut is there for installation. As soon as you double click on it, it will show this particular option. Click on the next. Okay, let me just move it here so that it will show you the next button. My camera is covering the next button, so let me see if I can move my cam little bit. I'm not sure if I can, but let's give a try. Okay, great, we can. So can you see the next button is there? So let me click on the next one more time. The language will be English. So let me say yes. I will use the wired connection. I will say yes. Some people use the external adapter. Okay, so in that case, they need to use the USB connection. Okay, great. Now it is saying there is an update available for installer. So I'm assuming there is a bug in the installer itself. So that's why they have released the one update. So let me click on the update now, so that at least when I do installation, I will not face any issue. Okay, it is small update, so it is installed. When I close it and relaunch it, then it will use the updated version. That's really great. Let me click next, 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 wired connection. We need to choose the interactive installation. So let me click on the next one more time. Then there is a what app should you like to install to start with. Default selection. We don't need any additional apps. Now here is the thing. It is saying that third-party software for graphics, Wi-Fi, hardware, whatever it is, it will install. But in our case, it is not required as we are doing on the virtual OS. We just need to install the additional media format, okay? Because by default, it's not there into the Ubuntu. Now, we will say erase the disk, and here is the name. So I will say Flux, and I will say test, okay? That's my name. So let me just rename this one also. Okay, great. Let me enter my password and one more time. Okay, now password is there. Let me click on the next. The location is automatically selected. Let me click on the install and the installation process will start. Now, remember, I have allocated 5 core and 10 GB RAM. So my resources to this particular OS is quite a good resources. So that's why my installation process will be also faster. Okay, because I have much resources available to use on this particular OS. Okay. Okay, now the installation process has been completed. So let me just say restart now. So once I say restart now, it will reboot into the installed OS. Okay. So let's give it some time. Let's hit enter button and it should reboot into the OS. Okay. So let's give some time. Okay, now it's showing the login page and we got the username right here. So let me enter the password that I have entered before in the installation process. Now the installation has been completed. Okay, so you might think, okay, I'm done. No, you are not. You need to do some additional configuration right here. So what you need to do is right now. So let's say I am opening anything right here. Okay, so let's say I open the notepad right here. So let me just open notepad and let me just type something here. Okay, so I'm typing something here, and if I just copy this one and if I go inside right here, so let's say I go into the terminal, and if I try to paste it right here using right click or control V, it will not work. Okay, so in order to make sure that it is working, then what you need to do is you need to go inside the devices, and here you need to first of all enable the shared clipboard. Okay, I'll say bidirectional, then after that drag and drop file bidirectional. Okay, once it is done, then you need to test this function one more time. Okay, so let me just go here and I will say copy Go back right here and paste. Okay, still not working. Okay, because we haven't installed the additions on the OS yet. How we can do that? You need to go to the devices. Here you need to click on the insert guest addition CD image. Okay, so once you do that, you will get something right here. Okay, can you see we got this CD DVD right here? Click on that CD DVD and it will open this particular option. Right click here, open terminal, and it will open the terminal. Okay, now this is our terminal. If I do ls right here, can you see I see one file VirtualBox Linux additions.run additionals.run. Okay, so I need to do sudo sh and I need to paste that particular command right here. Okay, but before that we need to update, so I'll say sudo apt update, and then I will say sudo apt upgrade, so that we will not face any issue. By the way, there is one more library I think you should be installing in this moment, which is sudo apt install -y, and it's a build essential. Okay, build essentials. Okay, this is the one. Okay, so this will be the whole command. So let me just hit enter. It will ask for password. Let me enter my password and it should start installing. Now what this will do is it will first of all update the repositories, then it will upgrade the whole packages whatever are out of date in the system. And once that is done, then what it will do is it will install one build essential package that I have mentioned right here. Okay, the build essential package, and once that is done, then it will install the VirtualBox guest additions. Okay, so let's give us some time because it is going to take at least 5 minutes, and I'll unpause the video after 5 minutes. Okay, now can you see the installation process has been completed and the window has shrunk. Okay, somehow the window has shrunk. So what you need to do is right here, you need to go to the view, add to the scaled mode. Once you that switch to that scale mode, then you need to click on here and power off the machine. Okay, you need to power off the machine. And now we are going to start the machine one more time. Okay, so let's give some time and click on this switch. Switch is basically to switch into the scaled mode. Okay, what is the scaled mode? Suppose I have this particular small window right here, but right now I have the small window, right? So it will adjust that whatever the graphics is to the small window. But if I want to increase the size of the window, then it will just flex. Can you see? It will adjust accordingly. Okay, so if I do something like this, it will do this. Okay, great. Now in the scaled mode also there is a problem. We cannot just use scaled mode directly, otherwise it will stretch everything. You need to do one more setting. You need to go here and you need to open the settings. Inside settings, go to the display settings, and here can you see the display resolution is 800 into 600. That I'm going to set to the 9020 to 180 because that's what my monitor size is. Okay, and now this is how it looks, nice and easy. Okay, great. But see, you don't have to set the 1920 into the 180. Okay, 1080, because whatever your monitor size is, maybe you are using laptop, then in that case you will have different resolution. To try all resolution, I will suggest and use whatever resolution which fit best to you. Okay, let me close this one, and now let me open the terminal, and now we will conduct the copy paste test. Okay, so let me go here, copy whatever is there, go back and paste it right here. Okay, so still not working. Let me just copy, paste it right here. Okay, still not working. Maybe something is wrong with the devices. So let me go here and let me see this enable the clipboard file transaction. Okay, that is also I need to enable. Then next thing I need to do is disable it and enable one more time. I'm not sure, like if there is any issue it should resolve it. Okay, next thing is if I open right here, I have added one folder, if you remember, as a shared folder. So can you say that sf test share folder is right here. Okay, can you see this sf test shared folder is there? But the problem is, as soon as I click on the sf test shared folder, it is saying folder is empty because there is no file. So let me do one thing. Let me go here in the documents. No, in the videos, I guess I created one folder. This is the videos. Okay, so let me just copy one file into that folder. So I will copy the VS Code. I'll paste it right here, this particular file. By the way, this is Windows executable, so it will not work in the Linux. But anyway, let me just paste right here in the share, and let me just go one more time here. But it's saying location could not be displayed because of the permission error. For that, what I need to do is I need to add the this particular user into the group. So how can I do it? I will say slow user mode. Okay, then I will say AG, then I will say whatever my VirtualBox user is. No, group name. So Vbox SF, then whatever my username is. So I can get username by using user variable. Okay, so if I hit enter, it will be automatically added. Now let's do one thing. Let's restart the OS and let's see if it is working. Okay, now the OS has been restarted and you can see the scale mode is working properly. Great. Let me enter the password. Let me go inside. And now let me do one thing. Let me open this folder and go to the SF test. And can you see I can access the folder right now and the VS Code file is there. Okay, that I copied earlier. So let's say I want to share something from inside to the outside. How can I do it? So let's say, by the way, I don't have any file. So let me just go here, create one file. So I'll say nano xx.txt and I will type some shit here, save it, and the file will be created right here. Now let me go to the outside folder and let me see if that file is there. Yes, the file is there and I can access it right here. Okay, so this way basically I can access the files and folders. Okay, the only problem right now is the additions are not working somehow. I have installed the additions, but still the copy paste and drag and drop is not working. Let me know if it is working in your case, or if it is working, then how you fix it. Just let me know in the comment and I will just pin that comment so that everyone will know how to fix it. Okay. So yeah, thanks for watching and see you in the next. And this is how you can set up the Ubuntu on the VirtualBox, and you can use this for setting up your virtual lab environment. Basically, you can install anything in this particular Ubuntu and it will just work fine. Okay.